And now it's time to bring on my first guest, and he is someone that I think is a real nitwit. He is the kind of DJ that plays, I think, horrifying, satanic, heavy metal music from KNAC. Here is Thrasher. Here he is.
I see you got the right theme music on this time, Wally. I heard a little bit of that.
Now that's the kind of sick music that you play over there.
Yeah, I got an invitation to be on the Wally George Hot Seat show. Wally George was one of the sort of localized Joe Pine / Morton Downey Jr. scream shows. You know, those shows where the host brings on a guest and berates them and so forth.
The kind of music you play on that crummy KNAC is heavy metal, satanic music, and I'll tell you, it does influence young... Listen to me. It does influence young kids into getting involved in Satanism, doesn't it?
These guys in the back...
And I wonder, Thrasher, how many kids you have led into Satanism by playing that music on his station.
Listen, hold on. I haven't led anybody personally by the hand. Just wait a minute, Wally. Just wait a minute, Mr. Morton Downey Wally. Just cool down a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey, listen to him. Hey, listen to him, the poor man's Rick Dees, right?
Ooh. Hey, now.
Well, Wally George did that also. So I rolled down there, and I'd been talking it up on the air. So when I got to the station, there was a whole bunch of KNAC kids out in the parking lot with, drinking beer. The music is going crazy. They're out smoking dope. And I see 2 cop cars just parked down the street waiting for those guys to take off so they could pull them. I snuck in the side door and went in, and I'm in the green room waiting around, and I hear this commotion out in the hall. I said, where's that Thrasher guy? And it's Wally George. And he comes in, and bless his heart, he was an inveterate stutterer while he was off the air. Okay, he was like Mel Tillis, who could sing in country, but he couldn't speak. So Wally comes over, he opens the door. What those kids? What are those kids going to do? What are you going to do about that? I said, Wally, I couldn't do a thing about it. Come on, they're going to be in the audience. It's going to be great. Well, okay. And that was that. So I went out, did my little shtick, and, which he cusses me out and then has 2 security guards drag me off.
How about backward masking, where they spread satanic messages? When you play the record back, it gives you satanic messages.
I've heard all the arguments, and I've never, ever been convinced that one of those so-called backwards masked messages, save for the one I'm going to demonstrate for you here in a few minutes, because I have brought one with me. I have absolute proof of the hogwash of this backwards masking thing, that there is no positive proof, evidence that there are satanic messages backward masked.
I say there is.
It's stupid. Am I right about this?
No. Now go ahead and let's hear your example.
Backwards masking. I have in fact brought one piece of backwards masking that is in fact backwards masking. I discovered it on a record myself, an Ozzy Osbourne record that you will probably be familiar with, Flying High Again. I'm going to play about 15, 20, 25 seconds of it so that you will in fact hear this piece of backwards mask, this message, and that you will see and hear for yourself that it is totally harmless.
Okay, let's hear the back of it.
Whoa. Back that up.
Wally's again. Wally's
after all of that business, he came back to the green room and he said, "Man, you were really good on the show." Well, thanks, Wally. And it was the beginning of a long friendship. Believe it or not, it was the strangest thing. And I knew about his whole life story. You know, the weird opportunities that come to you when you're doing, something like a heavy metal radio show. Because it was like very top of mind at that point. That was, people would talk about it, or they'd put you on because it's part of their freak show. Right. They thought so. Right. Yeah.